Races 9 and 10, ADAC GT4 Germany. Hello everybody, welcome to the Red Bull Ring up in the Styrian Mountains. We are a little bit away from Vienna, but in this gorgeous setting for races 9 and 10 of a 12-race season in the ADAC GT4 Germany. The last time you saw us, we were at the Saxon Ring, where we had a win for Denny Burnt and Max Rozam. They took their first ever win in this series. And then it was Gabriele Piana and Berke Besler in race 2 who took the victory, closing in on the championship leaders Enrico Federer and Jamo Hurtling to just 10 points. Enrico Federer, Jamo Hurtling, who looked like they were going to walk away with the championship, having won the first 4 races of the season, but it was a really difficult weekend at the Saxon Ring, and now the championship very much wide open. Gabriele Piana, a former champion, Berke Besler, the Turkish driver, alongside him. Gabriele Piana has the record, the only driver to have ever started every single ADAC GT4 Germany race that there's ever been. But today is a new day, a new weekend. We are at a very exciting venue where overtaking is very possible indeed. And the car that qualified on pole position this morning on a fairly slippery surface, it was Jan-Philipp Springhoff for Cozy Racing by ESM. Of course, he only joined the series partway through at the Nürburgring, along with young Storm Yerdrum, his co-driver, who, by the way, was racing in ADAC GT Masters last weekend. More about that later. But alongside him is on the grid will be Tommy Gore and Alain Gabet. Tommy Gore, Jamaica to the world, doing a great job in qualifying this morning. On row 2, ADAC MX Motorsport, the 3 cars in the top 4 places, and it's Hendrik Still who starts in 3rd place on the grid. In a few moments, we're going to be getting ready to get started on this race 9 of the season. I'm looking out to the skies. It's been sunny here all day today. The clouds are starting to move in. Oh, I'm such a prophet of doom. Sincerely hoping that it's going to stay dry for the next hour, because that's how long this race is. Before we do that, I'm just going to quickly introduce to you a guest who's starting alongside me for this race, a driver from days of yore, a 2-time champion of ADAC GT4 Germany. Alongside me to help with the commentary today, Mike David Orban. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hey, Brian. Thanks. I really enjoyed it. Appreciate to be here, and I'm looking forward to commentate the race with you. I think we have a really exciting race in front of us, and let's see how it goes.
Brilliant. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope I'm actually going to get some insight. We've got somebody who actually knows what's going on for a change. So that's going to be good, isn't it? As the cars start out on their formation lap, in a few moments we hope to bring you the grid, but this is that critical time for the drivers to generate the heat into the tyres and into the brakes. As we look down from turn 3, we look at Jan-Philipp Springhoff, who starts on pole position with Jamaica Tommy Gore alongside the first of 3 ADAC MX Motorsport Porsches, all running together on the grid. Hendrik Still and Lachlan Robinson, great qualifying from both of them. They are on row 2. Then Enrico Federer, championship leader, has Emil Heyerdahl for company for Wimmer Werk Motorsport. They'll want to do well at their home race. Row 4, Anton Abe and Hugo Sasser. You know him, don't you, Mike? On row 4 of the grid. On row 5, Alex Connor. Great to have him back in GT4 Germany with Max Schreier alongside him, Cedric Fuchs and Tommy Rackle. Bit of work to do there in the BMW from row 6. And they have Niels Tröger, Igor Litvinenko on row 7, and Tobias Bieler-Clausen with Max Rozam alongside on row 8. On row 9, Philip Viskersen and Berke Besler, a long way back for 2nd in the championship. Nicholas Gebhardt, welcome to Razzoon More Than Racing with Lewis Moser alongside. Also welcome back Damon Sazishin. Great to have him here on row 11 with Joseph Ellerine for company. So, formation lap is done. We're going to have 2 formation laps here. So, this is great that we've actually got a driver alongside here. So, how important is it having 2 formation laps at the start of a race?
Yeah, it definitely helps, especially the temperatures are going down because we go towards the evening. So it's really important now for the drivers to really get your tires up to temperature, because you want to race from the first corner on. So you want to push and fight. And the temperature in the tires. Most important, crucial point here, having a good start, having a long run up to turn 3. So yeah, all the drivers are gonna push as hard as they can to warm up the tires, and yeah, we will see who is doing that at the best.
Yeah, we're going to find out in about a lap's time, aren't we? So that's really good. Great to have some insight as to why we're doing 2 formation laps. And of course, with 2 formation laps, the clock starts at the beginning of that second formation lap. We ride on board with Enrico Ferderer. Sky looking quite menacing. We're at the Red Bull Ring. It's 4.318 kilometers around, equates to about 2.683 miles. 10 turns, 7 to the right, 3 to the left. We're 677 meters above sea level, which means that the turbocharged cars have something of an advantage over naturally aspirated cars. So maybe different dynamic here to some of the other circuits that we visit. But as Mike's already mentioned, we have that run up towards turn 3, come out of turn 1, then it's turn 2, which is taken pretty well flat out, then up the hill towards turn 3. Great overtaking opportunities here as the car's currently heading around turn 6. We're going to find out how good that tyre preparation is, because the next time we arrive at turn 1, it's going to be at racing speed. So in just a few moments, the instruction will be given to grid up, and then the cars will be side by side and ready to start the race. To remind you of the points championship at the moment, 10 points between Enrico Ferderer and Jamo Hertling. So it is Ferderer and Hertling who have 136 points, 126 points to Gabriella Piana and Berke Besler, but Rafael Renhofer and Emil Heyerdahl, they have high hopes here. They're 40 points back with 96 points, and they'll want to close in on the championship. Also, Philip Gogolok and Hendrik Still. And of course, with Hendrik Still starting on the second row, he is going to want to make progress. This time last year, we saw Philip Gogolok taking his first ever win in ADAC GT4 Germany. So lots to think about, lots to look at the moment. The cars are looking majestic here at the Red Bull Ring as we head down towards turn 10. Are you ready? 60 minutes plus 1 lap of racing. The clock is already running, and out onto the pit straight we will come. There will be a mandatory pit stop that will come 25 minutes into the race. We'll tell you more about that as the race progresses, but it's looking all good. Are you ready? 5 red lights on, 5 red lights off, we are go! And it's Jan-Philipp Springhoff who jumps in front of Tommy Gore into turn 1, takes a nice wide line up the hill, then into that turn 1, but Tommy Gore already tucked in behind, may well be thinking about trying to make a move, pick up a slipstream out along turn 2 towards turn 3. We're riding on board with Lewis Moser for Razzoon More Than Racing. Now look at this, around turn 2, Tommy Gore, you can see he wants to challenge for position. Lachlan Robinson, Hendrik Still as well. Look at Tommy Gore on the outside into turn 3, trying to go the long way around, but Jan-Philipp Springhoff has this one covered off. The rest of the cars coming through 3 and 4 abreast. Now down towards turn 4 they will come, the downhill section here, the heavy braking into the right-hander. Everybody trying to pick up positions early on. Tommy Gore to the inside into turn 4. Jan-Philipp Springhoff not really putting up too much of a battle, so through into the lead goes Tommy Gore. I believe the first time he's ever led a race in ADAC GT4 Germany, the Jamaican driver, but not for long, because Jan-Philipp Springhoff trying to come back at it. Tommy Gore taking a very wide line, loses that lead position, falls into the clutches of Hendrik Still. The first 3 have broken clear a little bit of Lachlan Robinson. Emil Heyerdahl, in fact, had a good start. It's got in front of Lachlan Robinson as well. There's a Pro Sport Aston Martin in the mix, so that's Hugo Sasser in there as well. But at the moment, Jan-Philipp Springhoff retakes the lead, having briefly lost it to Tommy Gore. So what can Tommy Gore do to get back to the lead of this race? So out onto turn 9 there will come a little bit of contact between 2 of the cars towards the back of the pack. Out past the start-finish line they come, up the hill in towards turn 1, and Jan-Philipp Springhoff looks to have it covered off. So as already mentioned, Mike David Ormond alongside me. How powerful is the slipstream here at the Red Bull Ring?
Yeah, it's definitely long straight up, and you can see like Jan actually tries to catch a good exit out of turn 1 to just get some dry air to just pull a good gap, which worked out well. Really good start. Also for my old teammate Hugo, he went up from 8th to 6th, so it's good to see that. And like many position changes. Porsche looks really strong. As we saw or talked about already, turbo engines, being on P1, and then you have the natural aspirated Porsche on P2, 3, and 4, and 5.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a interesting fight. But yeah, let's look back at the start here.
Yeah, so good replay of the start. So really interesting to hear that. You just saw Andreas Jochumsen, who's peeled off into the pits. Looked like he got a puncture. So the team setting to work on that car. Everybody made it around turn 1, and it's always sketchy. You see them going so wide off here. I think the race director gives a little bit of leeway, maybe on the opening laps, but track limit's always an issue here. You saw Berke Besler taking a real charge up into the outside. In fact, Besler made it up into 11th place at the start of that race. I was looking, Tommy Rackle up into 9th place. He's posted a purple in Sector 1, so he's a man on a mission, one of the turbocharged BMW. So Tommy Rackle looking very strong. There is a Porsche going very wide out of turn 9 as well. Track limits already an issue, so we've got 3 cars with track limit warnings. Car 10, 21 and 91. So that's Denny Burnt, that is Gabriel Piano. I said Berke Besler, it's Gabriel Piano, of course, at the wheel of the 21 car. At least I believe it is. I have conflicting information here, so maybe it's Besler. I'll confirm on that one in a bit. Also, car 91 as well. So Oscar Dix also with a track limit warning. So up towards turn 3 we come. Everything's settling down a bit, so it is, I believe, Berke Besler at the wheel of the 21 car, not Gabriele Piana, as we see one of the BMWs going slowly up into the corner there. At the moment, Jan-Philipp Springhoff has managed to open up a gap, so Tommy Gore was quite close. Well, he got in front of him briefly, but now Gore has got the fellow Avia WNS Motorsport Porsche of Henrik still just behind. Good start from Emil Heyerdahl as well. So really tricky stuff, but good overtaking opportunities here at the Red Bull Ring as we look at Berke Besler. Well, he's been learning from Gabriele Piana, hasn't he? Making fairly easy work of Anton Abbé. So that is for 10th place. And you can see there, if the race finished now, Enrico Federer and Jamo Hertling would be just 5 points clear of Gabriele Piana and Berke Besler. But there's a long way to go yet. Just about pacing yourself, and I imagine now that if you take too much out of the tyres at this point in the race, you're going to struggle later on.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point you talk about, Brian. The new tire compound that came this year is definitely a bit more sensitive on like tire degradation, so you really have to keep the tire into the window, and I think that's a big point now. If you have a safety car or something and the field gets screwed up together, you need a good car for the end of the race. So yeah, kind of having a good pace, fight, but still keep the tire in the pressures and in the window to not kill them is like really important, especially here with like turn 1 and turn 3. We have like a lot of traction issues on the exit, I would say. A lot of power coming to the wheel. You have to really manage that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, especially to see in the end of the race who's really managed the tires. And I think there's going to be maybe the difference between the experienced drivers and the new drivers. So yeah, let's see how that plays in the end.
Yeah, really good, playing the long game. We just see Philip Viskirchen and Alex Connor running side by side. Great to have Alex Connor back into ADAC GT4 Germany for BWT Mucker Motorsport. He's replaced Luca Bosco at the wheel of the car alongside Julian Apotelos. There is somebody taking a very wide line through the gravel, just kicking it up into the air. I think it might have been the aforementioned Alex Connor, actually, alongside the BMW. This is the view on board with championship leader Enrico Federer, a lot further back than they planned to be. So 15th place, almost out of the points. At the moment, Alex Connor muscles in front of the 66 car, Philip Viskirchen, so up into 13th place. Now Viskirchen coming back. The BMW so strong here, but in the background as well, Enrico Federer. Now, the thing for Federer is he's got to think about the championship picture. He cannot afford to record a non-finish. With such a slim championship lead now at this point in the season, a non-finish would probably be disastrous, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the championship is a good point. I mean, we have just one more round left, and every point can, yeah, make the difference in the end. So, like, they really have to play it smart. They have a really good season so far. So, I mean, sometimes you have a weekend which is not ideal, like this now, but they have a really good starting position for tomorrow. So, yeah, keep the car on track, take as much points as you can, and make the most out of it for the next day, where the starting position seems to be better.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Cedric Fuchs now heading up towards turn 3 with Lewis Moser on the inside. So Lewis Moser in the number 70 BMW out of turn 3. Moser has that inside line. If he can hold that in towards turn 4, he's going to have the racing line coming out of the next corner, the right-hander. But Cedric Fuchs will have the momentum if he can take the wide outside. He brakes a bit later into the corner, but Moser with that inside line is going to give him the squeeze. I expect that Fuchs will probably try and hang it on the outside now and try and stay there until the outside becomes the inside.
Yeah, it's all about giving each other respect and space. Sometimes you have drivers that give each other a bit less space, but now it's like a really nice fight here, going inside, outside, really fair battle, so that's good to see. Actually, they also changed the BOP for the BMW. They got a bit more power because they struggled a bit in the qualifying. So you can kind of see it. It's really good for them on the straight, especially here in Red Bull Ring, first sector. But the Mercedes seems to be really strong in turn 5, 6, and 7. So they try to clear a bit, which is really good to see. All the difference in the BOP, car being so close together. Lap times are really tight. We see in the qualifying it was so tight today. It's so good to see that the championship made such a good job to put all the cars together in such a small window. So that's really nice for the fans and for also for us to talk about and see what's going on here.
Isn't it great to see the naturally aspirated turbocharged front engine, rear engine, and they're all so close together. I'll tell you two cars that are close together. They're identical cars. They run in a sister team. Tommy Gore going deep into turn 1, almost in downtown Spielberg. He's so deep, but he's allowed Henrik Stilsrud into second place. So having been briefly in the lead, he's now down to third place. I know there's a lot of people watching on in Jamaica who will be yelling at their TV screens. Meanwhile, Jan-Philipp Springhoff has allowed all of that to break clear, 2.819. And if the cars are battling each other behind, does that allow the leader to break clear? How much of an advantage does it give a leader to do that?
Yeah, that's definitely a big advantage. If you can just like pull your gap and just do your own thing, manage your tires, drive as you could, the best as you could, and everybody's fighting. That's like the point in race where you're just like, okay, I'm just going. I'm gonna leave the party. You can do whatever you want. Bye bye. So yeah, that's really good. If you lead the race, you can kind of control it, and obviously. Cozy by ESM and Jan have like a really good car, put a good setup together, and like they have a really good speed now, so they can try to pull a good gap, manage the tires, and we're gonna find out at the end how Storm is gonna perform. And they did a really good job from jumping into the season to now being here at the top in the qualifying. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the race plays out, but you can see the leaders, the leader just pulled like 6, 7 tenths, more than a second to P3 in the last lap, so that really helps to get away.
And this will help Storm Jördrum, who, if he can jump into the seat of that car with it that far in front, that takes a bit of pressure off him as well then, I guess. Meanwhile, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all running together. Your old mate Hugo in 6th place in the Pro Sport Aston Martin, a car that you have sat in many times in the past, but up in front of them, Emil Heyerdahl and Lachlan Robinson. So Emil Heyerdahl in the number 92 Wimmer Werk Motorsport Porsche. They have very high hopes for this race. They run absolutely neck and neck as they run towards turn 4, but Heyerdahl will have that tight inside line, maybe a little bit of a nudge. Sasa trying to follow through as well, but the door is closed in front of him by Lachlan Robinson, one of the most improved drivers of the year so far in my book. So Lachlan Robinson, he's in there. Hugo Sasa, though, waiting for his moment to pounce in that Aston Martin. It is the battle for 4th place. Tommy Gore now having broken clear in 3rd place. Hendrik still in that solid 2nd place. We've still got 11 minutes before the pit window opens. When that pit window opens, it'll be open for 10 minutes. Every car will need to come into the pits for a mandatory stop and a driver change. The pit stops are not performance pit stops, so there is a minimum pit stop time of 95 seconds from pit entry to pit exit, and they must not go below that. That's still 10 minutes or so away as we see Jan-Philipp Springhoff stretching his legs. 4.2 seconds at this point of the race is a really good lead, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely really comfortable also for the pit stop, so you can kind of make your own strategy how you want to play it. I think some of the drivers will probably pit in early, so as we can see, I would say maybe Pro Sport is going to pit early, or wherever you're stuck in traffic, you're trying to get the driver out of the car, get a good run on the outlap, and get like some free air if you're gonna stuck behind the cars, because we see 4 Porsche battling there for P2 to P5, and that's gonna hold up the cars behind. So if you can get like a good run and get like faster lap times, maybe you can kind of do an undercut. So that's like, it's not a big gamble you can do, but like some small pieces you can put in for the driver chain, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it's a real strategy, isn't it? We're just looking here quickly at the championship leaders. So Enrico Federer and Alex Connor are running side by side. So Federer muscling up into 4th place, so that's going to be valuable points. But going back to what you were saying, the real dilemma would be with Pro Sport, because Hugo is arguably the quicker of the 2 drivers in that team. Roman Feldenfelder, a lot less experience. With no disrespect, he's still very much learning the ropes. So you've got the experience of Hugo, who is such a quick driver, but then you could maybe get him in, get Roman Feldenfelder into the seat and get him out onto some open track. So it must be a real dilemma in the team to decide which route to take rather than maximising the fastest driver. Is it track position? Is it fastest driver? That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely not easy. But if, for example, Hugo would say, okay, the car definitely could go faster, but I can't pass because maybe we missed some top speed or like whatever it is, and you say, okay, Roman, you have to push, and I think Roman actually did a good development over the season. His quality was pretty strong this morning. So if he says, okay, I'm ready to go, I have good clear air, let's do a pit stop, I think they, yeah. Our engineer Marcus is still the same what I work with, so he's pretty experienced in that. So I'm quite confident that they know what to do.
You have great insight, having raced for Pro Sport and won 2 championships with them, just for the record. Right, Lachlan Robinson challenging Emil Heydahl, or Emil Heydahl challenging Lachlan Robinson, whichever way you want to look at it. That's 4th place there, 4th, 5th and 6th, and there is Hugo Sasser. Of course, if he could get past these 2 cars, that argument would be null and void, wouldn't it? Into turn 4, they come. So Sasser under braking, but we can see that he clearly is able to keep up with the Porsches, and if he can get in front of them, would be able to potentially pull clear. There's Hendrick still in 2nd, 3rd Tommy Gore. Then this fight here for 4th place, Emil Heydahl on the wide outside, Lachlan Robinson, who finished on the podium at least once this year already, challenging for that 4th place, looking to push his way forwards. So the Porsches looking really strong here. The Aston Martin just falling back a little. We've still got 7 minutes before the pit window will open, and then the strategy will start to play out. While I've been looking at all that, we've had numerous track limit warnings that have been issued. And on my timing screen, I'd need a very large screen to get them all in. So a lot of drivers have been given warnings for track limits, and many of the front runners, including Tommy Gore and also Hendrick Still. So they've both had track limit warnings. As we look again from the perspective of Emil Heydahl in that 4th place, still holding off Lachlan Robinson, and Hugo Sasser looking impatient. So is it possible that Hugo Sasser can get past these Porsches, do you think? Has he got, I mean, we know he's got the skill, but has he got the pace?
To be honest, I think it's really difficult for them right now to get past. As we see, like on the straights, they kind of struggle a bit. So it definitely doesn't help here at Red Bull Ring. I think Hugo's pretty smart enough to see, okay, if there's a good gap, and both of the guys in front of us like fighting a lot. So sometimes you have to like be patient and wait when there's a moment to get past. And then we see a car off-road that doesn't really help at all. Oh, the second one as well.
Another bit, and a bit of debris going as well. So that's why Alex Connor has been shuffled out of the points and down into 16th place. So with the Schnitzel Motorsport Mercedes going wheel to wheel. So we saw him with Enrico Federer in 14th place, and then with Cedric Fuchs in 17th place. So a lot of fighting just to even get into the points. So Igor Litvinenko is the next one to queuing up. Enrico Federer challenging Igor Litvinenko. So this is for 13th place. Again, Enrico Federer, with the championship in mind, needs to push forwards, needs to get those points. But if you end up in the gravel trap, as was the case with that car at Sachsenring, then you ain't going to get any points at all, and your championship lead is going to disappear. So more cars getting involved here as well. But breaking clear, Enrico Federer, is Lewis Moser in the number 70 car, breaks into the points. Alex Connor in 16th place behind. So out onto the pit straight we come once again. Still 40 3/4 minutes remaining. Still 5 minutes before the pit window opens. Right, well, it was Alex Connor and Cedric Fuchs who got together, because that is under investigation by our race stewards for an incident in turn 7 and 8. We just saw the end of that. We see along turn 2, we come once again up the hill, and Igor Litvinenko looking a bit vulnerable to the BMW. So Lewis Moser marching his way forwards, but in the background, Alex Connor is always the problem. Oh, and there's a car pointed the wrong way.
Oh, that's
so
not
that
good.
is, that is a championship challenger, Tommy Rackle, after so much success recently, but pointing the wrong way. Oh, that is such a shame. So the 77 car had made such good progress. Well, what on earth could have happened there on turn 3? Is it just outbraking yourself? You know, what would happen to cause you to just spin like that?
That's a good question. I mean, you're like going second gear, being really slow, but yeah, let's see how close all the other cars been. I think Rackle and Bessa were fighting. Maybe they had a contact. I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, normally I think in the middle of the race, tires are up to temperature. Like everybody's really experienced, so that shouldn't happen in a normal situation. So I guess we're gonna find out soon what happened in turn 3 there. But yeah, definitely not a good position where you want to be facing the wrong way. Everybody coming off the street.
That's scary, I should think.
That's a bit scary, yeah.
Yeah, as we see Alex Connor and Cedric Fuchs running side by side. So Connor, who had been shuffled down the order, now that car, the number 8 car that is prepared by BWT Motorsport, they've had a bit of a nightmare with it this year. Luca Bosco has been at the wheel up until now, along with Yulia Potulos. And they have really struggled. They've taken the car apart, they put it back together again, they've taken it apart, they put it back together again, and they could not get it to handle. Looking a bit better now, but Alex Connor stepping into the wheel of the number 8 car. Meanwhile, incident, as well anticipated by you, because Tommy Rackle and Berke Besler under investigation by our race steward. So clearly that's what happened. Right, are we going to get a look here? But it looks to me, well, maybe there'd been something prior to that, but at that point, Besler was a long way back, wasn't he?
Yeah, it looked like far away, to be honest. Couldn't really see what happened there, but yeah. Yeah. It's going to be, I think we need a different angle from that.
Yes, well, maybe we'll see something else, but he does well, doesn't get collected by anybody, turns the thing around. Of course, this time last year at this race, it was fairly lively. We saw a lot of incidents, and I think the race director kind of read the riot act after that, because this track, although it creates great racing and great opportunities, it's also one where you can have some fairly sizable accidents as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So Berke Besler, second in the championship, into 8th place at the moment. So if things remain as they are, Berke Besler with an 8th place along with Gabriel Piana would pick up 8 points. We've still got a long way to go. Enrique Federer along with Jamo Hertling in 11th place at the moment. So if the race finished now, they would pick up 5 points. So the gap between first and second would be down to 7 points with 3 races remaining this season. But still a long way to go yet. A lot of racing to come today, and of course another race tomorrow. We're less than 2.5 minutes away from the pit window opening. Jan-Philipp Springer very much in control. 4.932 seconds clear of Hendrik Still. The light's starting to fade here a little bit at the Red Bull Ring in the evening. Tommy Gore from Jamaica in 3rd place. Emil Heyerdahl in 4th. Then Lachlan Robinson ahead of Hugo Sassa, 2-time former champion. Maxi Schreier's just doing a good job in 6th place, 7th place ahead of Berke Besler, Max Rozam and Philip Viskirchen rounding out the top 10. We continue to look at the battles up and down the pack. Now this is a significant one because Tommy Gore started to come back and Hendrik Still now. So this is for 2nd place, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th running together. Hugo looks to maybe drop back a little bit from the Heyerdahl-Robinson battle as well. But we will see what happens in less than a minute and a half when the pit window opens. A warning has been given to Cedric Fuchs, one of many track limit warnings. I think pretty well it'd be easier to list all the drivers that haven't had a track limit warning, I should think. But great racing here at the Red Bull Ring. This is 2nd place. Hendrik Still, Tommy Gore there as well. There's our race leader. ESM by Cozy Racing, the number 4 car, or Cozy Racing by ESM to get it right, in the Aston Martin Vantage. And they have been so quick since their debut at the Nürburgring earlier this year. And great to have Jan-Philipp Springer back in GT4 Germany. He had a fairly sizable accident himself on turn 3 here last year at the Red Bull Ring. So good to come and put that one to bed, I should think. Leading now by 5.15, so continuing to stretch his legs out the front. He's the fastest man on the track. It was a 1:37.006 if you're interested in lap times, but still stretching his legs out the front. From Hendrik Still, Tommy Gore, Emil Heyerdahl, and now 20 seconds away, pretty well from the pit window opening, and this is where the strategy is going to play out. Berke Besler, can I just say, I think most improved driver of the year. Every event, he seems to be getting better. Now homing in on Maxi Schreier. I think you should think that we're having someone like Gabriele Piana as your mentor. I'm guessing he must learn a fair few skills from him.
Yeah, definitely. Gabs is such an experienced driver. We had a lot of racing against each other in GT4 Europe, also here fighting for the championship, which was really nice fights. So yeah, he's learning so much from him, like racing, all the race intelligence. I mean, the qualifying is one point, but in the end you get the points for the race.
Yep.
So that's the most important thing. And if you have someone such experience, especially in this field, like how it is, Gabs is also like really experienced in driving GT3 cars, but racing a GT4 car is way different than a GT3 car. So he can bring all the experience and try to make his co-driver as quick as he can.
Yeah, I've certainly done that, and I said at the beginning, I'll say it again, the only driver to have started every single GT4 Germany race there's ever been, a record that can never be beaten. In fact, this is his 81st race in ADAC GT4 Germany. He's got a bit of experience, hasn't he? And his co-driver there, Berke Besler, turning the heat up on Maxi Schreier. And again, they might want to get them in on the pit stop quite early because the pit window is now open. So Anton Abbé has come into the pits in the number 17 car. Marek Buchmann and Anton Abbé, they're sharing the driving duties on that, so Buchmann will be taking over that one. Cedric Fuchs is coming in to hand over to Joel Mesh in the number 12 car, and also the 23 car. So that'll be a swap for Benjamin Silvesterson and Joseph Ellerine. There is the 23 car into the pit. So one driver out, the next driver in. It's Benjamin Silvesterson who will take the wheel of that car, and he will jump into that. So no major hurry here because the minimum pit stop time 95 seconds, so there's not a performance pit stop. You can take the time and just take it easy. There is the Cedric Fuchs car handing it over to Joel Mesh, the number 17 car. So it's Marek Buchmann who will replace Anton Abbé at the wheel of the Pro Sport Racing Aston Martin. So it's all very, very chilled. But I said this earlier on, I'll say it again, that the driver who comes in second inherits whatever mess the car is in from driver number one. Must be quite frustrating when you're sharing a driving seat with somebody and the tyres got flat spots and there's no brakes and there's bits hanging off the car.
Yeah, that's definitely the worst. So you have to, that's some point we talked about like the last year so much, like you need to have a really good relationship to your teammate. Also off track, because if he fucks up the car, you're gonna be pissed off the whole weekend and after the race. So you want to have a good relationship, and managing tires, especially in GT4 with kind of heavy cars, as you said, no performance pit stop. You don't change the tires, you stay on the tires, just check the pressures, go out again. That's like so important. And if your teammate is not your best friend, he's not going to be if he destroys your tires. So that's like definitely a good point. But it's so funny when you say Gabs did like already 80 races in GT4 Germany. It sounds like he's so old, but he's like still
he's so young,
super young. That's kind of funny. Yeah.
Apologies for some bad language there. I think in German it's not quite as bad as in English. So brilliant stuff though. Great insight there as the cars come in. Right, the number 91 car in. So Oscar Dix, who lives just down the road from me, just want you to know, and Igor Litvinenko. So they're going to be swapping over in the number 91 car. Tommy Rackle, he'll be pretty frustrated there. So he's in, handing over to Linus Harner. So he's in as well. Damon Suzushin in the number 40 car is going to be swapping with Lawrence Rule. So they're all going to have to come in within the next 6.5 minutes while the pit window is open. They must not miss the pit window. At the moment, Jan-Philipp Springhoff, get the feeling they're going to want to keep him out as long as possible because he's got an open track in front of him. No reason to bring him in early, is there? So maybe stretch it to late in the window. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I mean, you have to kind of watch the track position. If there's a car coming out of the pit lane who can like block you for the race, that would be less than ideal. But they have a clean trap. They obviously have a really good pace, so they have 5 seconds of gap. That's perfect for them, so they can like just manage whatever they want. So yeah, I think they're gonna stay out as long as they can, see where the car goes, be on the radio, say okay, the car is doing this and this. So yeah, that's like a really good, comfortable situation for them. Yeah, absolutely. And when you do come into the pits, when you've got a lead like that, Do you take it a lot easier in terms of the minimum pit stop time? Do you say, right, I'm not going to try and hit the line at 1/10, I'm just going to stretch it because I've got room to do that? Or do you always try and hit the line when the clock strikes 0?
I mean, you try to do that, but if you think about it like twice, you can screw up your race, be like 1/10 too fast in the pit lane.
Yeah.
So I think they have a really comfortable situation. They should be like, okay, just do it calm, do as we always practice in the afternoon or whenever. Do a clean pit stop, watch your pit timer, be over like 1 or 2 or 3. I would say like 5/10 is more comfortable because they work with GPS system. So if the GPS is like not working 100%, this pit timer can't work as well. So if you have a bit of margin, definitely helps there.
So keep it safe is what we're saying here. Right, well, we've got 13 cars yet to come in. You can see Max Rosam and Denny Burnt are going to be doing the swap in the Razzoon More Than Racing car. Viscursion is in as well, Philip Viscursion, to swap with Tim Reiter. So here come the lead cars. They're all staying out at the moment. It's still Jan-Philipp Springhoff. We reckon going to go late into the window. Hendrick's still there as well. Tommy Gore, he's not going to want to let go of the wheel of that car. Emil Heyerdahl, I should think Raphael Renhofer will be getting ready to jump in for his home race. Will be itching to get behind the wheel. Then Lachlan Robinson sharing with Oscar Christensen, so also staying out as well. So you've spotted something on the pit time. Going under, is that?
Yeah, that's 2/10 of a second too fast. That definitely helps. Yeah, and
Tim
you can
Reiter.
see on the screen that the red P is never a good sign.
No, red P is never a good sign, and that is the case. So we're looking at it, it's gone 2/10 below the minimum pit stop time, so there may well be a penalty incoming for the number 66 car. The race control will take a look at that. They have all the data as we look down. Hendrick still, Tommy Gore second, third, still there. Emil Heyerdahl still holding off Lachlan Robinson and Hugo Sasser. I think Hugo's probably fed up with staring at the back of that Porsche, I should think, and they're keeping him out later in the window at the moment, aren't they? So maybe they feel at Pro Sport as though that's as much as they can get out of the car.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you see the lap times, like Hugo Sama really good, faster than the leader, quite similar to the cars in front. If there's like no need to get in early, they have like 6 seconds of a gap to the cars behind. Berka is also staying out late, so probably they will like try to extend the stint as much as they can. Everybody has a good and clear track, so yeah, that's like the best case scenario, I would call it. But then we see now the first car, Heyerdahl, coming in the pit now.
Yeah, so he'll be handing over to Raphael Renhofer. That's quite very considerably indicated right as he came out of turn 8, didn't he? Right, the leader is in. So Jan-Philipp Springhoff. So Storm Jerdrum, what a summer he is having. He turned 16 in the middle of July. I can't even remember that far back. He wasn't old enough to be in GT4 Germany there. Last weekend, he was racing in the ADAC Tourenwagen Junior Cup in the VW Ups, where he was a race winner. He was also racing in the ADAC GT Masters at the Salzburg Ring. This is something in the middle, really, isn't it? GT4 Germany, a really talented driver. He's the younger brother of Emil Jerdrum, who we saw last year and the year before in ADAC GT4 Germany. So he's going to get behind the wheel. Of course, Jan-Philipp Springhoff coaching him as well. Meanwhile, there's Emil Heyerdahl and Raphael Renhofer. Raphael, who has made a guest appearance in Porsche 6 Carrera Cup Germany this year, hoping we're going to see him again before the season finishes. He now behind the wheel of that, but he really wanted to do well here in Austria, his home race. So Emil Heyerdahl is done for today. So he walks back to the garage, has a bit of a sit down. So as a driver, now your co-driver takes over. Are you sat there watching? Do you hide behind a cushion somewhere because you're too scared to look? What's it like for a driver? Once you've got out, you've done all that hard work, what do you do?
I think drivers are different, to be honest. I'm like a really passionate driver, as a lot of people know about me. Like I'm living racing, so I mean, I trust my teammates, but I think to be sitting calm somewhere and like you just hope that like nothing goes wrong. I think I always trusted my teammates, but there's like so many circumstances that can go wrong. Yeah, this is like whatever you do, and especially if you go closer to the championship, like it's nice to say that we like went close to win it. Yeah, you just get more excited, and like 30 minutes feel like 6 hours of a day. So that's going to be a long time. Yeah.
Right, everybody in then, apart from Alex Connor, he's going to have to come in this time around because we're less than a minute of the pit window. So, Hendrik Still handing over to Philip Gogolok. There's Tommy Gore handing over to Alon Gabay. Lachlan Robinson handing over to Oscar Christensen. Hugo Sasser handing over to Roman Felder-Feldeg. Gabriella Piana taking over from Berke Besler. There is Maxi Schreier in there as well, sharing with Luciana Schneider. So, Storm Yerdrum is out on to the track now. So where is the number 4 car? He's up at turn 6 at the moment. The leading stopper is, he is the leading stopper, so he's back out on track at the moment. Coming around towards turn 7, rest of the cars, remember they can't go too early. It's that minimum pit stop time. They would dearly love to go now and just get out in front. But there, Philip Gogolok, who's taken over from Hendrik Still, sat behind the wheel of the number 1 car. Number 1 because AWS won the championship with that car, with Finn Zulauf and Josef Not last year. Right, now it gets rolling. Coming out towards turn 10 is Storm Yerdrum. So they're going to be pretty close together. Of course, the car's been sat stationary like that. I imagine the tyres are going to cool down a fair bit. Here comes Storm Yerdrum out along past the pits, headlights blazing in the evening here into turn 1. There in the background you see Philip Gogolok now into the pit lane as well. So looks like Storm Yerdrum should be well in the lead. Yeah, there he is. So when the cars come in for that stop, 95 seconds pit entry to pit exit, how much temperature do you lose from the tyres when you're stopped for that much time?
I think it's actually... it's not that I think, I know it's not that much because like you come in and the brakes are like really hot.
Right.
So like the brakes are covering like 400-500 degrees Celsius, especially because you brake so late into the pit lane. So you kind of get a good heat soak, but for sure you need like 2 or 3 corners to get them up to temperature. Especially here Rapper Ring, you come out of pits, you have a long straight, so like the tire cools down a bit. But the working window of the tires already is like really big, so there's like no big issue. We are not driving in winter time, but like sometimes in Oschersleben at the beginning of the season, if you have like low temperatures, that can definitely cool down a bit more, but there's like so much temperature in the car in general that there is like no big issue about this.
I might ask you that again next April, and if the DTM are here in April next year, and if GT4 is on the bill, I'm expecting to be snow on the ground, so we'll see what happens there. Right, pit stops all done, so Storm Yerdrum leading the way. We'll wait for them to cross the start-finish line to get an official gap, but Philip Gogolok in second place. He likes this place. He took his first ever win here at the Red Bull Ring in GT4 Germany last year, along with Jan Marszałkowski. Alon Gabay in that 3rd place. Then this battle here, Oscar Christensen and Rafa Renhofer. Renhofer out of 9, in towards turn 10 they come. So across the line comes our race leader, Storm Yerdrum. So he'll be the first to break the beat. Right, Philip Gogolok, 2.925. So through the pit stop sequences, the number 1 car has closed in on the number 4 car. So Storm Yerdrum, he's young. Philip Gogolok is pretty young as well. A lot of experience is going to have to be drawn upon. Everything that they've been told, everything they learn to try and hold on to that lead. Alon Gabay in a strong position there, having taken over from Tommy Gore in 3rd place. Oscar Christensen, Rafa Renhofer. You get the feeling your 1, 2, 3 is going to come from these 5. I think Roman Felder-Feldeg, he's 1.8 seconds back from that, so maybe struggling a bit for pace. So certainly the Porsches, the 4 Porsches that are running together, and the Aston Martin looking strong. Right, 8th and 9th place. J-Mo Hertling, Luciana Schneider swapping positions. So J-Mo Hertling, solid job here actually. The championship leaders started a long way back, but they've made good progress here, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely a good job. Keep the car in one piece. Like try to get as much as we can out of the car, as we mentioned in the beginning of the race. So this is most important. This is what they need, and just play it smart. They're kind of close to the car in P8, I think. If the times are updated, yeah, like 1/10 of a second. So there's like still solid points. You can't always win. You have to think about it. You can't win every race, unfortunately. But if you want to fight for the championship, it's like all about collecting points every race, every race. Don't make stupid mistakes, and if they can stay out of it, they've already, as mentioned in the beginning, they have a good chance for tomorrow to get good points. So take as much as you can from today, play it smart. Maybe something can happen in the beginning or in the end of the race, sorry. Because so many cars are so close together, and the last 10 minutes can probably get spicy, so we're going to see.
Well, I'll let you know in about 11 minutes time then. There is the number 10 car, Denny Byrne, in 10th place, tracking down JMO Hertling. Again, he will be aware. No, sorry, it's not Hertling, is it? It's one of the others, Schneider.
Yeah.
So yes, sorry, 9th place Schneider, so Hertling is up ahead of them. So Luciana Schneider going deep into the corner, the back end of the car sliding. They're going to run side by side out along the turn 2 up towards turn 3. So the number 10 car with the nose in front, Denny Byrne, looking very strong. We saw them last time out taking a win at the Saxon Ring. That would have given them a real shot in the arm. On the inside, taking the position away. Schneider tries to come back on the outside, but doesn't really have the legs to do it, and then tucks in behind. So next up will be JMO Hertling. But we saw Denny Byrne along with Max Rosam taking their first win. It was certainly the first win for Max Rosam in GT4 Germany. They say getting the monkey off your back. Does actually winning a race for the first time, does it take the pressure off? Does it make you faster? Or is that just something that people say on TV because it sounds good?
No, actually it's kind of true. If you win your first ever race, whatever championship, whatever car it is, it's just like so much emotions and energy that you get, like, oh yeah, I want to have this feeling again. There's like so much adrenaline that is in your body. I mean, Hugo and me, we won like so many races together. It's like kind of good bond together. So yeah, it's a special moment, especially for the team. They've done a good job like over the last year to develop and get even bigger with Razun More Than Racing. And also the guys, I work with Max and Denny in M2 Cup together. I coach them. And this is so nice to see the guys having such success. And yeah, they had a pretty tough morning, I would say, today. But they did a good job now, moved up a lot of positions. And yeah, as I said, the race is not over yet. P9, good points again. So I think that was a good recovery today.
So as a driver coach, it must give you quite a buzz to see your drivers coming through and doing well. As we look there at the number 12 car, Joel Mesh, with the 70 car, Luca Link, who's always an entertainer here, just slipping in front of Joel Mesh. So that's into 13th place, but Luca Link, always impressed with him. Very, very rapid. In the background behind them as well is another of the BMWs that's fallen a little bit by the wayside, I think. One of the BMWs we talked about, Tim Reiter, did have a penalty lap for going under that minimum pit stop time. We saw that earlier, that he'd gone below the minimum pit stop time, had to drive through the penalty box, but has come out in 12th place. So nothing too major there, but great battles going on all the way up and down the pack. So there you see Joel Mesh. Up in front of Mesh is Luca Link. And the 91 car, Oscar Dick. So we've got another car in the way of that there as well. The 22 car, that's what it is. So yes, Niels Truger, isn't it? Andreas Jochimsen, who shares with Niels Truger the lapped car. So that's why it's in the battle there. So trying not to get involved in someone else's race, I should think. So Joel Mesh, in the championship hunt, not so much now. Just look at that. No, not really. The number 12 car. So it really is very much Enrico Federer, JMO Hertling in the 11 car. Currently in 8th place. So if things finish as they are now, they will get 8 points for that. Philip Gogolok and Hendrik Still. There's so much racing going on. It's really hard to look away from the screen. In 2nd place, they'll get 20 points for that if the race finished now. Gabriele Piada, now where is he? He's in 7th place at the moment. Well, I'm trying to work it all out. Our graphics people who are ahead of the game. I'm going to put my pen and paper to one side. 9 points. Thank you to the wonderful, hard-working graphics people. 9 points would be the gap between Enrico Federer and JMO Hertling. 29 points back to Gogolok and Still, Rafael Renhofer and Emil Heidel. It's nice to know they're listening, really, isn't it? 36 points back in 4th place. After today, 75 points on the table, so still plenty to play for. Somebody goes through, not going to get any additional sponsorship from Pirelli doing that, are you? So that goes scattering everywhere. This is how hard they're pushing. There's a lap car in there as well, can I just point out. So the number 12 car there of Joel Mesh, Luca Link, just giving it everything. I think it was Link that may have clipped the board there slightly in the number 70 car. So they fight so hard, even for 13th place. You never give up, do you? I mean, it looks like they're fighting for the lead.
No, you just want to fight. I mean, there's the points for that, but it's in a race, so we are all racers. And when you close your visor, put your helmet on, you just want to go for the win. And if there's somebody around you can fight, give them some respect and then have a good race.
Well, I'll tell you who's putting up a fight is Storm Yerdrum, but I tell you who is closing in on him, and that's Philip Gogolok. We have 16.25 minutes remaining plus 1 lap. Gogolok has closed up to 1.3 seconds behind Storm Yerdrum, so we may well have a challenge for the lead coming up. Alain Gabet is 1.9 seconds back from them as well, so there could be some battles at the other end of the pack that are going to be coming up. We're looking at the moment at the battle for the last of the points. The last points paying position at the moment is Oscar Dix in 15th place, the number 91 car. Right, a final track limit warning has been issued to Benjamin Silvesterson. He's in 16th place at the moment, so the next warning he gets will be one to pass through the penalty box, I expect. Right, first, second, third, fourth, all kind of closing in on each other a little bit at the moment. Storm Yerdrum, remember, this is only his 5th ever race in ADAC GT4 Germany. Yes, he was sat in a GT Masters car last weekend. That was a kind of a bit of a special one-off, I think. He only got the call the day before the GT Masters race at the Salzburg ring, and it took him about a quarter of a second to reply to that one. But he's back in GT4 where he really needs to be to get the experience, but he's going to have to really test that experience now with Philip Gogolok. 1.3 last time across the line. Now we're going to see what it is, and it's 0.840. So half the second has been taken out of the lead by Philip Gogolok. Gogolok, who's won twice now at ADAC GT4 Germany, fancies making it 3. Meanwhile, the battle for the podium positions rages on between number 30 and 31. They may be sister cars, they may both be for Avia WNS Motorsport, but they both want to finish on the podium. Oscar Christensen in that 4th place. Alain Gabet from Israel, who's taken over from Tommy Gore in that 3rd place, goes deep into the corner. Christensen has that faster line out of turn 3. Past the remnants of the billboard, down the hill in towards turn 4, they will come. So this is a good overtaking opportunity, maybe. Also an opportunity to get it wrong, but doesn't do anything about it at the moment. Maybe just showing himself in the mirrors. I'm guessing a lot of it is trying to distract. I mean, you see them flashing the lights. It's just about distraction, isn't it? And going left and going right. Is it about trying to force somebody to miss a braking point?
Yeah, you definitely can play. That's why you have the flashlights, so you can kind of flash them, show them, okay, hello, I'm here, try to play around it a bit. But yeah, we can see the gap's getting closer. So it seems like the Porsche have like really good pace in the end of the race. But as you said it, you know, like being 16 and getting a call in your summer break, you want to drive a GT3 car. Next week you drive a GT4 car. I think that's not too bad, isn't it?
No, it's not too bad. The best bit was he was racing a VW up the very same morning on the same track. I mean, the contrast is insane, really. Right, there's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all running together. So here you go, out along the pit straights. Get the feeling our podium is going to come from these 4. What order it's going to be in is yet to be decided. At the moment, Oscar Christensen putting a lot of pressure onto Alain Gabet. By my reckoning, looking the quicker of them, and he's proven that up because on the previous lap, he had done a purple in Sector 1, the quickest of anybody. There's the gap evolution on your screen of Alain Gabet and Oscar Christensen. The last of the podium positions into turn 3 at the moment. And again, I'm guessing you've just got to focus on what's in front. You're aware the driver's there. Are you looking in your mirror? Are you thinking, oh, what's he going to do? Or is it better just to focus on what's going on in front of you?
Yeah, most important now is just to focus on your driving. You just can do the best as you can. Kind of keep it, like, watch your mirrors if someone is diving in. Oh, that's
Yerdrum. Sorry, come back to that in a moment because Yerdrum's just gone wide into the gravel. That's left him really vulnerable because that's going to take him a while to get those tyres cleaned up. A little bit of contact, maybe a bit of inexperience because Gogolok had his nose in the gap. Yerdrum went to shut the door. The 2 cars made contact. I think Gogolok very wisely just backed out of it. Now to the inside, but I'm guessing it probably takes a little while to clean your tyres up once you've done something like that.
Yeah, definitely, especially here on Rapper Ring. The gravel traps are so deep, so they really pull you out, and we see like struggling the next 2 corners. So that's going to be an interesting fight now. 4 cars so close together. I think Gogolok is definitely trying to pull away now and says, okay, I'm leaving this party. I want to win the race. Bye. So that's going to be really challenging now. So we're going to see how this ends up here.
Brilliant. absolutely brilliant. Great racing. You get the feeling that the Porsche is the weapon of choice here at the moment, apart from Storm Jerdrum, who's right in the middle of it all. And so Jerdrum in second place, but he doesn't give up. I remind you, this is his 5th ever race in ADAC GT4 Germany. He's going, Philip Gogolok, you might be a 2-times winner, but I want to come back at you. And you can see he's still challenging. He's picked up the slipstream. This is really impressive stuff. In towards turn 3, Gogolok, though, hasn't covered off. But in doing so, Jerdrum has left himself a little bit vulnerable to Alain Gabet, don't you think?
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Last 10 minutes, I said, going to be spicy, so all cars together. I predicted it.
Yes.
No, it's nice fight. I think everybody gives each other respect. I think they touched in the corners, and Kano 1 got a black and white flag for track limits, but the incident is also under investigation. So we're going to see where this ends up. The next car. Oh.
Yeah, it's Christensen. The next one's done exactly what Storm Jerdrum's done, and pretty well the same spot as well. So goes wide, and that is Rafael Renhofer. That is a gift for Rafael Renhofer. 5th place, now 4th. So shuffled the 31 car down the order. And Lachlan Robinson will be clutching his forehead in the pits, I should think. We were just talking about, before I interrupted you, about looking in the mirrors and looking ahead, and you're saying the trick is focus ahead, don't worry about what's going on in your mirrors, yeah?
Yeah, you kind of have to do both. So you have to kind of like focus on your driving, but also watch your mirrors and see, okay, if a car is coming to the inside and wants to overtake me, I kind of need to block, which is, not easy, as we could see, especially if you're not experienced. Philip is a bit more experienced than Storm, so I think he took advantage of that and tries to pull away now. But yeah, heads up to Storm, doing such a good job, fighting with everybody here, like so many experienced drivers in the GT4 paddock, and it's really good to see young kids coming from, okay, I can't even say from VW because he jumped in a Lambo, so it's like coming from whatever race car, being not that experienced to fight like this with the older boys here. That's really impressive and good to see.
Really good stuff to see. And I think for Oscar Christensen, that was a wild ride through the gravel, so he's having to draw on some experience. In fact, he's going slowly in the background there, so I'm wondering if he has got a problem as a result of that little excursion. Certainly, Rafael Renhofer has moved up the position. Raymond Feldenfelder, Gabriele Piana, so that will have a significance on the championship. I might work it out. I must wait for our graphics guys to do it. On board with Jamo Hertling.
Let's see if you can rely on that again.
Well, you watch it won't happen now. There, Jamo Hertling in 8th place, championship leader. Denny Byrne there as well. So into the last 9 minutes of the race, great stuff. ADAC GT4 Germany often steals the show at the DTM weekend because the racing is so good. Philip Gogolok looking for his 3rd ever win in ADAC GT4 Germany in a very strong position. Picked his moment to muck Storm Jerdrum, but Jerdrum, if he can bring it home, would be very happy with that. His best so far has been a 5th place at Sachsenring last time out. So if he can just keep it in that 2nd place, but Alain Gabet might have something to say about that. But at the moment, Gogolok very much in control. He won at the Red Bull Ring last year, he won at the Nürburgring this year, and he leads the way, looking for his 3rd win. It's now broken clear at Storm Jerdrum, so at 1.3. So Jerdrum looks like maybe he's taken quite a lot out of the tyres. He's looking quite tail happy, I think, out of turn 1.
Yeah, especially the Aston Martin is quite a heavy car. The Porsche is definitely lighter, so definitely that's a good benefit for the Porsche, managing the tires. So yeah, we could see maybe now Henrik, really experienced, just try to manage the tires a bit more, and Storm just got whatever is left over in the Aston, but still the pace looks really decent.
Yeah, absolutely. So just the experience overcoming the youthful enthusiasm, maybe. Gabriele Piana up to 6th place, so good points haul there. Track limit warnings, more final track limit warnings coming, 70 and 77. So Linus Harner, he's down in 17th place. So Linus Harner and Tommy Rackle were in 5th place coming into this race, and they are out of the points at the moment. Also the number 70 car, which is Luca Link, of course, who's had a fairly wild race in 13th place. But into 7 minutes remaining of this race, Philip Gogolok has taken over the lead from Storm Jerdrum, but I think Storm Jerdrum I know that for a driver, anything other than the top step of the podium is considered a fail, but surely Storm Gjerdrum and Jan-Philipp Springhoff would be happy if they could bring this home on the podium.
Definitely. I mean, for sure, if you lead the race and then you're kind of, I would say, not call it lose it, but then like someone else is taking a top spot, it's not what you want. But if you consider that you just kind of started racing in cars, like some months ago, and like fighting here with one of the best GT4 drivers that we have, like, it's not just German, it's like Europe, we have the whole world driving here. I think finishing on the podium there, taking points, especially here at this amazing rapper ring, they have such nice trophies. I said it to Hugo like some hours ago, like this is like one of my favorite trophies, the bull on the wooden thing. It's just something special. So if he can take it home, if it's a win, second or third, it's just a really good result for them. So they should be proud of it, and this is what you should take from the weekend.
Did you have your Red Bull trophy on proud display in your house?
Yeah, I have a room in my house where my parents live with all the trophies from the championship.
Room.
Yeah, actually a trophy room, which is like kind of nice to see. But yeah, I don't spend so much time at home, but if I'm home, it's kind of nice to see. But
sit there, stroke them or something. Right, there we go. There is Storm Gjerdrum. Right, well, a podium position looking very possible indeed. At the moment, Alain Gabet, a more experienced driver, looking to be a little bit maybe quicker, certainly putting the pressure on for the second position. Fastest lap, Storm Gjerdrum. Oh, on lap 4, I just thought, well, it says Jan-Philipp Springhoff on the screen. I think it was Springhoff that was at the start of the race. But on lap 4, the fastest lap was that car, 1:37.006. We're on to lap 30 at the moment, so the tyres are a lot more worn. Don't think there will be any fastest laps being scored at this point in the race. 5 minutes remaining, but you're 1, 2, 3. I think Rafael Renhofer, is he just maybe a little bit too far back to do anything about trying to challenge for a trophy position in this race? I
think how it looks now, he's a bit too far away. It's like 3.5 seconds. I mean, as I said, there still things can happen. We still have 4 minutes 40 left. But if there's nothing going wrong crazy, I don't think he's really able to catch up. The pace of everybody in front is kind of settled. Like everybody's doing like low 38s, high 37s, so there's not really a big chance. But there's definitely a big chance for Piana to get some more points.
Yes, good link. There we go. Piana to the outside. Roman Felder-Feldeg. You have the most experienced driver in GT4 Germany against somebody who's on their debut year in this series. And so Aston Martin versus BMW as well into turn 4. Felder-Feldeg putting up a good fight. Hey, not a respecter. He's like, you might be a former champion, but he kind of gets his elbows a bit under braking there.
Yeah, kind of tough, but I think he couldn't really do anything about it. He already turned in the corner. It was getting a bit tight there, but I think, yeah, Gabriel is so experienced. He's gonna, I'm quite sure he's gonna find a way around Roman. But Roman is doing a good job. Right. Defending, pace looks really good. So yeah, as I said, there's nothing really they could do different about the strategy there.
Roman Felder-Feldeg, his birthday's on the same day as mine. There we go. Cards sent to me, please. Right, there we go. There is Piana to the inside. He comes again. Felder-Feldeg just showing really good pace, really just positioning the car well, mind you, a little bit wide out of 9. That has left the opportunity, hasn't it? Piana's going to go, right, have some of that. The blue smoke goes up into the air. He's through, and it looks like he's going to get followed through by Oscar Christensen as well. Out along the pit straight towards turn 1. Christensen potentially having a look at Piana here into turn 1. You said the Porsches were quick. Comes sailing through. So great stuff. Oscar Christensen, 2 places in 1 go.
That was late on the brakes, definitely, yeah. But I think he took a bit of advantage going wide in turn 1. I think the race director is going to have a look on that.
Yes.
Especially like going off track, gaining an advantage. But yeah, this was really a good move there, I would say.
I would say that when this race is done, when the result goes up, take it very lightly, because if I had a widescreen telly and I turned it on its side, there would not be enough room for all the track limit warnings we've had. And I have a feeling that the race director, well, if he's got dinner plans tonight, he might want to cancel them. He's got a lot of videos to watch because a lot of cars, it would be easier to list the number of cars that haven't exceeded track limits at this rate. Right, we're having a look again at that moment. We've got 2.25 minutes remaining of this race. Roman Felder-Feldeg Gabriella Piana. This is for 5th place at the time. It was coming out of turn 9, and did it look like, was that inexperience, or was he just running out of grip, or just over-optimistic coming out of turn 9?
Yeah, I think he went a bit too quick into turn 9, went wide, and Gabriele had a chance to go in. Then they, touched a little bit on the exit. There was not really much space for Roman to go, and Oscar just said, okay, if you both are fighting, I'm going to take the advantage of that. So
yeah. Great driving, really good stuff from Oscar Christensen there, just taking the initiative and working his way past. Right, just over a minute and a half remaining. Where is this hour gone? Looking down from turn 3, as always, GT4 Germany entertaining. Right, there is Philip Gogelop, there is Storm Jördrum. Can he hold off Alon Gabet for another minute and a half? I have to say, I think Gabet is going to have to be quite brave to get past Jördrum, because we've already discovered he does not take prisoners, and he will get his elbows out to defend his position. 2nd place, be a first ever podium for Storm Jördrum if he can bring it home, either in 2nd or 3rd place, of course. But he's still got to hold off that very rapid Porsche. I think Alon Gabet might be winding himself up for one last charge before this race is over. So the clock has got less than a minute remaining. Our lead is up at turn 6 at the moment. So once the clock strikes 0, the leader will continue that lap, and then there'll be one more after that to conclude the race. I think if Philip Gogelop can keep it all together and not have any issues, no problems there. 2nd and 3rd, very much up for grabs. I think Rafa Renhoff is quite happy for them to fight amongst themselves. Might give him an opportunity, you never know. But at the moment, Gabet not able to do anything about Storm Jördrum. Into turn 9 once again. I think that Gogelop is going to get to the line before the clock strikes 0. So it's going to be another couple of laps remaining in this race. So here he comes out across the line with 10 seconds on the clock. So it'll be this lap, then one more. So we've got about 9 kilometers left of this race, and it has been race 9 of a 12-race season for ADAC GT4 Germany. As always, the entertainers of the weekend, providing us with great racing. There is Philip Gogelop, some 3.5 seconds clear of this battle. Now Storm Jördrum very much on the defense. So Alon Gabet, what can he do in the next lap and 3/4 to get past the 2nd place car?
yeah, it's really good to see. Like the Porsche looks really strong in turn 1 up to turn 4. The Aston looks pretty strong in turn 6, turn 7. So you can kind of like, it's like an up and down from the gap. So yeah, as you said, great show today. Everybody did a brilliant show to give us today. 1 hour. Where's the time?
Yeah, it flies past, doesn't it? Right, here we go. So Gabet saw that gap on turn 4 into turn 5. He's got a nose in there. We do know that Storm Jördrum will get his elbows out, and he will do whatever it takes to hold on to that 2nd place. He's done it for the moment. Now he goes deep into turn 6, and that around to turn 7. So he's still in front of him at the moment. We're heading towards the last lap. So Gabet starting to run out of time here, and he just needs to be very careful, because Storm Jördrum is not interested in championship points or anything like that. He just wants a really nice big trophy to take home with him. You've already said those golden balls are lovely. Here comes Philip Gogelop. Remember, he won here last year. His 2nd ever win. That was his 1st ever win, in fact, in ADAC GT4 Germany. What an emotional day that was. He won again this year at the Nürburgring, and he's looking to do it again here at the Red Bull Ring. The fight for 2nd place going all the way down to the wire. We're on to the last lap of the race, into turn 2 and up the hill towards turn 3. For the very last time, here comes Philip Gogelop in the number 1 car. This is really going to launch him and Henrik Stoll right back into the championship hunt. Alon Gabet, I can see you shaking your head and taking a sharp intake of breath.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Like now, what a great action today. Like such great racing. I miss that so much. It's so great to be back. Definitely would prefer to be on the track now, but it's like, it was really nice to be with you today, Brian.
Oh, it's been an absolute honour to have you here as well. It's some great insight. I was going to say, it's nice to have somebody who knows what they're talking about for a change. Right, deep into the corner, Storm Jördrum, on the last lap of the race into turn 4. Get a feeling Alon Gabet will be lining up, but Jördrum's going to come back. This could all play into Rafa Renhoff's hands here. We know that Jördrum does not worry about taking a few chances. So Storm Jördrum down into 3rd place. Come on, hold it together, because this is a trophy. He's coming back at Alon Gabet. Gabe will be like, just get this lap over with. Into turn 9 comes our race leader. He's going to head up towards turn 10. This is the fight for second place. Storm Yerdrum, a little look to the outside into turn 9 that will come. But out of the final corner, Hendrik Still and Philip Gogelok will take the win here at the Red Bull Ring. Second place is going to go the way of Alon Gabe and Tommy Gore, nicking it from Storm Yerdrum and Jan-Philipp Springhoff in the closing stages. And for Tommy Gore and Alon Gabe, that is going to be their best ever finish. Second place, had a nose in front briefly. Right, the rest of the cars coming through as well. Piana with a 6th place. Ahead of him, Oscar Christensen in 5th, Rafa Renhofer in 4th. Doing this all backwards here. Roman Feldegg in 7th. J-Mo Hurtling, championship leader. Good solid points with that 8th place. Ahead of Denny Burnt, Luciana Schneider, Tim Reiter, Luca Link. 12th place is all he got for all that hard work. Benjamin Silvesterson, Marit Bergman and Joel Mesh. Those are the point scoring cars. I'll tell you what, ADAC GT4 Germany, great series, isn't it?
Yeah, it just never disappoints. And I have to say, I'm here because of I'm working with Damon Suzuki. You know him from Going Pro, so we did a lot of development over the weekend. I'm really proud of. He did such a good job, just being 1.5 seconds off the fastest car today in the race. It's such a great show and just so many nice insights to what's actually going on track, off track. Yeah. We had such a great time. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of good stuff definitely from this race.
Well, it's great to have Damon back, along with Lawrence Royal as well. 21st place. Damon won't thank me for saying I think he's the oldest driver in the field, but you wouldn't believe it. He's got some real pace about him. There is our race winner though, Philip Gogelok. If I know him well enough, he'll be shouting and cheering in the car. I know the answer to this, but tell us again, why are they driving on the grass and off the racing line on the cool-down lap?
Yeah, so after the race, all the cars go to the technical inspection, and of course every engineer and every mechanic tries to get the most out of the car with the ride height. So every car needs to have like a minimum ride height in the car. So they try to get all the dirt, all the pickup to lift up the car a bit. All the dirt, all the grass. So yeah, probably the gardener from the Red Bull Ring wouldn't like it that much.
Well, the sheep are unfazed by it.
At least they don't steal it from the sheep.
No, well, not yet anyway. Right, well, there's the classification. I would say very much subject to confirmation. We've got a lot of warnings that are going to be looked at. I don't think there are any issues for Hendrik Still and Philip Gogelok. Tommy Gore, Alon Gabe, Jan-Philipp Springhoff, Storm Yerdrum. They blooming well deserve a trophy for all that. Emil Hardau, Rafa Renhofer. I think they'll be disappointed with 4th place, actually. Lachlan Robinson and Oscar Christensen. Oh, that's gone, hasn't it? Gabriella Piana and Berke Besler in 6th place. Ahead of Roman Feldegg and your old stablemate Hugo Sasser in 7th place. Then championship leaders, J-Mo Hurtling and Enrico Ferderer in the number 11 car in 8th place. Ahead of Denny Burnt and Max Rosan in 9th. Then rounding out the top 10, the 32 car, Luciana Schneider and Maxi Schreier. Great stuff. Championship is going to go all the way down to the wire. I mean, we thought at the beginning of the year when Enrico Ferderer and J-Mo Hurtling got 1, 2, 3, 4 wins in a row and then a 5th place at the Nürburgring, we thought, well, this is going to be over by the end of August. But it just goes to show in GT4 Germany, you never know, do you?
Yeah, so much stuff can happen. I mean, we've been through it twice, so I know I know all the emotions. Sometimes you feel comfortable, sometimes a bit less. So in the end, it's all about the races. You should think about it, what's going on in the championship, but still keep in mind, you need the points. Don't do any stupid stuff. Keep it on track.
You are, along with Hugo Sasser, the only drivers to ever won back-to-back championships in GT4 Germany. In fact, the only drivers to have ever won more than one championship in ADAC GT4 Germany. I don't wish to remind you of it, but I remember one Oschersleben race where you're there with your head in your hands, having not completed a single lap, and you went on to win the championship that year, didn't you? So is that the year? It is the year you won your second championship, isn't it? And it just goes to show, with GT4 Germany, you're never out of it, are you?
Yeah, you have so many emotions. You go through so many things, but it's never over until it's over. So yeah, it's good that the championship comes down to Hockenheim, and I think there's going to be the championship decider. Everything is so close together. Even if you're like 30, 40 points behind, so much stuff can happen. So just never give up and push. And yeah, we're going to find out in Hockenheim who's going to be the champion. If it's Gabriele, I said to Hugo actually, if Gabriele is going for the second championship, we have to go for a third time. Otherwise, we're not in on anymore.
Right, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Come on. Hugo, did he agree to that? I mean, at the beginning of this year, actually, Hugo Sasser said, I'm not going to race this year. I'm taking time out to concentrate on other things. Yeah, that lasted, didn't it? Right, so if I'm correct, Enrico Foto, Jemo Hertling's lead will be 8 points over Gabriele Piana and Berke Besler. Goglock and still just 28 points back. I told you it'd be emotional, didn't I? 25 points for a race win, so they are definitely in it. Right, Still's first on the roof. Don't fall off. You've got another race tomorrow. Philip's not even going to take the helmet off. There we go. Whenever they win, it always feels like they're first. It feels like they've won a I'd love to see them win a championship because I think the celebrations would be wild. Yeah, Philip Goglock, Henry Still kissed the badge of the Porsche, but they always so happy when they win. They had to work hard for that, and a really good job. But hats off to both Alain Gabet, Tommy Gore, and also Storm Jördrum, Jan-Philipp Springhoff. And it was good, clean racing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing to see. As I said, I missed it. It's so nice. It's so close racing, but like hardly anything happened. No big crashes.
Yeah.
Whatever. The race director and the race control is so much behind to like if they see like okay something was not fair, maybe give back the positions and stuff like this. Yeah. So yeah, it's just great to see all the emotions, the people, the family. It's
great.
Literally something special. It doesn't matter if it's the first win or the fifth or whatever. It's always
always
a
emotional
big moment. Yeah.
Yeah. When you say no crashes and all that, just don't look at last year's races. Okay, right there we are in Parc Fermé. Of course, no one can touch the cars until they're inspected out, can they?
No, I mean now they can kind of touch it but not change anything on the car. Mechanics are not allowed, so you can like place your helmet on it. But yeah, there are no changes allowed to do on the car now. And we see, it was so action-packed, and the field was kind of like pulled out together like 4 or 5 seconds. But in the end, so much happened.
Yeah, and it's great, and it was good, close racing. Tell you what, Philip Goglock, you've raced against him over a couple of years, haven't you? He has improved in leaps and bounds, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did a lot. I think 2 years ago in the beginning of the season, or 2024, I worked with him in Oschersleben for ESM actually. Tried to help them a bit with the car. Work with Philip, there was a lot of potential. And I think he also like really likes the Porsche. I think the car really fits him pretty well. So that's, really good to see.
Someone get me a drive in Porsche 6 Carrera Cup Germany next. Alain Gabet, Tommy Gore, another duo that are coming up through that. You would have raced against Alain Gabet, I imagine, wouldn't you? But not Tommy Gore. Have you raced against Tommy Gore? No, you were GT Masters the year he was started here, weren't you? You've certainly not raced against Storm Jördrum. He was still at school when you were racing here. But you've raced against Jan-Philipp Springhoff. So, some real mixture of talent and wisdom and really good drivers. I'm looking at all the point scorers here and just so much talent. And these are the superstars that we're going to see following in the traps of Mike David Ortman going to GT Masters. Just quickly, while we wait for the podium, tell us what you're doing this year.
Yeah, at the moment I'm in the US. I'm doing Pirelli GT4 America, which is also from SRO, so I'm really enjoying that. The team, got me there to do like some development from young drivers. We have a really great team owner who's doing so much for all the young kids and the drivers to give them a chance who, would never have a chance to get into racing. And we have a great team, 2 Aston Martin Vantage, 1 Mercedes GT3. And we are currently sitting in P3. Have a chance to go for P2, so whatever we do on the Aston seems to fit me really well. And I'm really happy to be back here with Damon, helping him a bit, working with the show. It's so much fun to work with him. He's such a great guy, and I'm excited to see him actually on the podium today because they're the only Pram car. It's good that they take home a trophy, and I think it was great racing today, and
You'll probably sorry, carry on.
I'm really looking forward and hope to be back in the ADAC paddock. It's so nice to see so many people and friends that in the paddock from teams. And it was a pleasure to be with you today, Brian.
Mate, it's been a real joy. And as I said, we actually had a bit of knowledge here on the broadcast. We don't have that normally. It's normally me making random guesses. Right, here's third place, Storm Jördrum, 16 years old, and Jan-Philipp Springhoff. There. Jamaica to the world. I'd say every time they tell me to. Tommy Gore, Alain Gabet, always happy. Philip Gogolok and Hendrik still.
So happy. Hendrik is doing so much racing and still so excited to race. That's what a real racer makes a difference, I think. That you still can challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone and push as much as you can.
Yeah.
And WNS is so experienced, so they do really a good job to put like both cars on the podium.
Oh, I mean, they bring so much in the way of wisdom, and they bring a lot of cars to the grid as well. Right, so for Razzoon More Than Racing, that'll be the junior winner, won't it? That goes there to get
the junior and the gentleman.
And the gentleman, the junior, the gentleman. There we go. National anthem time. So they need a bigger podium, really, don't we? Big crowd up there. National anthem done. Very, very great racing. Right, this is the trophies that you were talking about, right? Dieter Nischel presenting those. So you've got, how many of these have you got? Just the one?
That's a good question, actually.
I don't know how many you've got.
One. I know I have at least one.
Yeah, well, if you've got more than one, you're clearly not missing it. You can send it my way. Right, there we go. Yes, Gary Paffett, two-time DTM champion. Oh, I didn't even know he was here this weekend.
Great to see. Yeah,
great to see Gary Paffett here. Oh, one of he's getting itchy feet. Come back, Gary. We'd love to see you. Isabella Painhart from the tourist board. So really good to have her here presenting trophies as well. Storm Jurgen will treasure that one, his first trophy in GT4 Germany. And Avia WNS, get one as well. Please don't drop it. And then Damon Sazishin, who wins in the more senior category, the trophy category. That's the one, isn't it?
It's going to be interesting bringing back the trophy to Canada.
Yeah, you can get that in hand luggage.
You can actually.
Can you really?
Yeah, I try to always have this in customs in the US at the moment. They always check, what is this? I'm like, it's a trophy. And then some people are like, oh, you never seen a trophy? Great.
A number of times I'm flying home from a DTM event and you're sat on the plane and you see somebody cradling a trophy and you're like, I've watched you win that one. Right, here we go then. So posing for the photos to round out the day one of ADAC GT4 Germany, race 9 of the 12 race seasons, the penultimate round. The good bit is we get to do it all again tomorrow, but be warned, it's a lot earlier tomorrow. We're on air at 5 to 10 tomorrow morning for the second race of the weekend, race 10 of a 12 race season. Mike David Orman, thank you so much for joining me on air for this. It's been a real joy to share this moment with you and to actually get a bit of wisdom and insight into the racing. I do hope you'll join us again sometime. We're looking at the podium now. We're looking at the celebrations. Great feelings. Give us some last thoughts here from GT4 Germany at the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, it was just brilliant stuff. Nice racing today. Brian, thanks for having me. Probably coming back tomorrow. So we're gonna see. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Great racing here, and yeah, I hope to be back on track soon and can look after the race. What you said, what funny things you said about me driving. So yeah, Brian, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for watching, and tune in tomorrow, I would say.
Brilliant. What a way to finish. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for race 10 of the season, ADAC GT4 Germany.